last year, finishing with a 19-7 record, regular season champs in the Gulf South Conference, and they are a season number 6 national ranking going into the season. So,
all right, again, we had a great fall, worked on a lot of things, and, our coaches, we got Bruno Save and Elio Latella, both former players, both national champions. So they've been working a lot with the guys and doing a tremendous job. It's been really good and a good fall, so we're looking forward to going into the spring. Last year, we had a good team last year. We won the regular season. We had a little bit of a disappointment. We lost in the finals of the conference to Valdosta, who was actually a very, very strong team. It's always back and forth with Valdosta. I don't know how many times it's happened that one team will win the regular season match and the other team will win the conference match, and it's even happened that way. And then another team has won the national championship with it. The year we beat them in the final, it went like that. We lost the conference and beat them in the national. We had as good a team last year to win it all. We beat Hawaii Pacific, won the national championship. We beat them 7-2 during the year. The national finalist was St. Leo. We lost to them 5-4, came down to the final match, and it was like 7-5 in the third. There was three matches. We needed one of them, and they were all like 7-5 in the third, and we happened to lose them all. But so it just didn't go well on those things. But we had the team, and this year I think we're even actually a little bit stronger. We lost a few key guys from last year. Kenny Brazil, who won a ton of matches for us at 2 and 3. JP Bawada and Pablo Barrero are all gone, but we've added some players. We have Warren back. Warren played 2 years ago, didn't play last year, and is back to play his senior year. So that's big for us. Warren was number 1 in the nation with LEO in doubles 2 years ago. Probably our best doubles player on the team. And then we have Alex, who's in his senior year and has had a good year every year. So we're expecting good things from him. We've also added Gabriel Diaz, who played number 1 for Troy. He'll be a 1 or 2 player for us. We also have Sadar from Sweden, who's top player. He's as good as anyone at 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I think we're a little beefier at the top this year, and then we're strong at the bottom. We've got guys that were playing 5 and 6 last year that are fighting for their spot at 5 and 6. They could, we've got probably 6 guys that can play down there at 5 and 6. So we're really strong. We can afford a couple injuries, and I don't think we lose a lot in our lineup. So we're hoping for good things, but then you never know what the other teams have. I know Valdosta is going to be strong again. Barry will be strong. Lynn will be strong. There'll be a lot of teams that will be fighting. Hawaii Pacific, Armstrong. They're always seems like the same 10 teams that you're battling with. But that's kind of our outlook, and we've been working hard and getting ready for the season. And then we're actually added AUM, who's on the men's. I didn't mention on the women's, but the men's and the women's, they're a top 10 team in the nation as well, and we've added them in the conference and in the national schedule, so just getting a little bit tougher.
When you're as close as you were last year, Alex, I'll start with you because you obviously were a big part of that. When you're as close as you were in so many matches, what is there anything in particular you can look at and say this is what it takes to make that next step?
It's like my freshman year, we were really competitive. We didn't lose one match. Then we lost key players, so it always takes time to come back. And last year, we were really disappointed when we lost the conference. We lost 5-4. And we were 8 players, and we said for 2 weeks just to get ready for regionals. We're just going to play every day, twice per day, get ready. And I don't think it happened during the regular season to be that motivated to go to nationals. And when you up 4-2, 3 matches in the third set against St. Louis, and you lose 5-4, the match, I don't know how long it took, probably 5-6 hours, was very long. And at the end, when you lose 5-4 and then 6-4 or 7-5 in a third, we're just really disappointed. But this year, during the fall, I think in singles we could have done better. At the regionals, maybe even if we have only 2 or 3 weeks of practice, I think we should have done better. Like I don't think like one guy passed like the third round or quarterfinal. But in doubles, like we had like 2 solid teams with Peyrot. Like we're glad like was our first tournaments and we could have won like the nationals in doubles. So and like for already like 2 weeks in January, we're already like practicing hard. Like some guys already like feeling good, even like their fitness like is ready to play. So we're just like excited to start in 2 weeks in Montgomery. And hopefully, like I think our first big match, like really important, was is gonna be in Valdosta, like the weekend of the 19th of February, and we're just excited to play this game and like to beat them again.
I don't know if a lot of you guys know that, but Alex and Pedro, they won the national tournament this fall. They won the regional and then went on and won the national, and then actually in the Pensacola Futures, the professional tournament, they went all the way to the finals of that. So we've got a really strong. I feel our team in doubles this year. With Warren being back, we've got three teams that are very, very good.
Derrick, can you just reflect on the sustained level of success that you've had all these years, to do this year after year on a national level, like you've been able to do with the program, and how gratifying it's been?
Well, I think it starts, obviously it's the players, and we've had a good success. I got Bruno and Elio helping now. So I always try to have players that have played to help out, helps them graduate, but even more importantly, for us, it helps us carry on that tradition. They bring in some players that are working with the guys. They know what the system is, and I think it started back when Skeeter was here. He had very good success. I came in and tried to build off that and carry on that, and we've been good that way. And we have a lot of alumni that help us out. Like the one example here with Christina, and I get a lot of players former players. That feed me players and help us out that way. But we've been good success here because of everything we've got here. We've got a great facility. Our administration's very supportive. The weather's great, and so really it's not any rocket science things that I do. It's just we're just fortunate.
Warren, what was it that kept you out last year? What does it mean to be back now?
I had some problems with paperwork coming out of high school. And it's just last year was really tough for me. I did all the preseason work leading up to the season, and then to be told 3 days before season that I can't play was really tough. And I think that motivated me for this year. I'm ready to get going. I'm just excited to see what's going to happen.
How do your off affect you from a tennis standpoint? Do you have to? You're in
mean,
training all the time, but from a competitive standpoint, does that make any difference? How can you back into it?
not really. I mean, because while the team was traveling and playing their matches, I registered with the USTA National, and I just kept playing tournaments around Florida, playing a few professional tournaments as well over summer. So I felt I improved over the last year more than what I had over the last couple of years. So it was, in a way, it was bad for me to sit out, but I think I've improved a lot more over the year just training.
Derrick, how does that work? I've always, with players being able to play pro tournaments but still retain amateurism in tennis, is that, it's always been that way? Can they accept the money or they don't?
No, they can't. They can't, but they can play during the summers. A lot of players go out and play.
I mean, that's just
Yeah.
if they get to see that kind of
Yep,
competition.
yep. It's basically it's called Futures Tour, and they'll, like the one we host here in Pensacola, and you just have to go and sign in, and if you get in the qualies and then qualify and you get points and go that way. So a lot of players will do that in the summer.
Do you feel that, do you ever converse with those pro players and, try to pick their brain? Do you learn anything from being in those type tournaments?
I think you do. You learn a lot, especially from the guys that play there week in and week out. You try to see what they do in between matches for warm-ups, what they do after the match to feel better for the next day. So I think it's a huge experience, and it's great, and I love doing it every chance I get.
Yeah, we're actually fortunate to have the one right here in Pensacola. Ray puts it on, and it's great. You even just go out there and see those guys, how they work, and see the work ethic and how motivated they are to win. And it's not glorious. I mean, you're out there playing with sometimes, 2 people watching, and it's cold and it's windy, and but it's really good to see how motivated they are. And weekend, and there's not a lot of money in it, even for the guys that are winning it. They're hardly, even if they win the tournament, they're hardly making their expenses for the week. It's just they're after points. That's what they're after.
Anything else? Okay, thank you,
Okay,
guys.